Debt doesn't usually arrive with drama. It builds quietly. A credit card here. A loan justified as temporary. Payments that feel manageable. Until one day they're not. This isn't a story about motivation or willpower. It's about structure. 6 months. One clear goal. And a system that turned something heavy into something solvable. Here's exactly how it started. 1. The moment debt became real. For a long time, debt felt abstract. I knew the numbers. I made the payments. Life kept moving. But 1 month, I added everything up, across cards, balances, and repayments, and saw the total as a single number. That was the moment it changed. Not because it was shocking, but because it was clear. In the US, UK, and Australia, this is where most people avoid looking, because clarity forces a decision. I didn't decide to get motivated. I decided to stop pretending the debt would solve itself. 2. Why I chose a 6-month timeline. I didn't pick 6 months because it sounded impressive. I picked it because it felt uncomfortable, but realistic. Too short, and I'd burn out. Too long, and I'd lose urgency. 6 months created pressure without panic. That balance mattered. Debt payoff isn't about extremes, it's about sustainability. 3. Step 1. Listing everything. No editing. The first real step wasn't budgeting. It was listing every single debt. Balance interest rate, minimum payment. Due date, no rounding. No skipping small balances. Seeing everything in one place was grounding. Not emotional, just factual. In the UK and Australia especially, people often underestimate how much interest silently slows progress. Once it's visible, strategy becomes possible. 4. The rule that changed everything. Here's the rule I followed for 6 months. No new debt, period. No exceptions. No, just this once. This wasn't about discipline. It was about removing negotiation. Every time you negotiate with yourself, you lose energy. Removing that decision freed mental space. And mental space is underrated in debt payoff. 5. Step 2. Choosing the payoff. Method. There are 2 popular methods. Snowball, smallest balance first. Avalanche, highest interest first. I chose the method that fit my psychology. Because the best strategy on paper means nothing if you abandon it halfway through. In the US, UK, and Australia, most people don't fail at debt payoff because of math. They fail because the plan doesn't feel rewarding enough to stick with. Momentum matters. 6. Step 3. The boring budget. That worked. This wasn't a dramatic budget. No spreadsheets with 40 categories. No extreme restrictions. Just 3 rules. Fixed bills covered first. Debt payment treated like a bill. Everything else adjusted around that. I didn't try to optimize every dollar. I focused on consistency. The budget wasn't there to punish spending. It was there to protect progress. 7. Where the extra money actually came from. Here's the part most people expect to be dramatic. It wasn't. I didn't double my income. I didn't live on nothing. The extra money came from cutting silent leaks, pausing convenient spending, redirecting raises, bonuses, or refunds, small changes. Repeated monthly. In all 3 regions, US, UK, Australia, most debt payoff progress comes from redirection, not sacrifice. 8. The emotional shift. No one talks about. About 2 months in, something changed. The debt didn't feel scary anymore. It felt measurable. Each payment reduced weight. Each balance drop built trust. Not in the plan, but in myself. That's when payoff stops feeling like punishment. It starts feeling like control. 9. Why motivation didn't matter. There were weeks I didn't feel motivated. It didn't matter. The system kept running. That's the part most debt stories skip. You don't need to feel inspired for 6 months. You need a plan that works on boring days. And this one did. Around month 3, the plan was tested. Not by numbers, by life. An unexpected expense showed up. Not huge, just inconvenient. In the past, this is where I would have reached for a card and told myself I'd fix it later. This time, I didn't. And that moment mattered more than any spreadsheet. 10. How I handled setbacks without breaking the plan. The goal wasn't perfection. It was containment. When that expense hit, I did 3 things. Paused extra payments for that month, covered the cost in cash, resumed the plan immediately after no guilt, no overcorrection. Debt payoff doesn't fail because of setbacks. It fails because people turn setbacks into excuses. The plan stayed intact. 11. The exact payment structure. Every month followed the same order. 1. Minimum payments on all debts. 2. One focused extra payment on the target balance. 3. Any leftover funds went to the same target. No spreading money thin. No constant recalculating. Focus created speed. In the US, UK, and Australia, this structure works because it reduces decision fatigue. And decision fatigue is the real enemy. 12. When progress slowed, and it did, there was a stretch where balances barely seemed to move. Interest ate part of the payment. Motivation dipped. This is where most people quit. I didn't change the plan. I changed my expectation. Debt doesn't disappear smoothly. It leaves in chunks. Understanding that prevented panic. 13. What I didn't do, and why that matters. I didn't take on extreme side hustles. Cut life down to nothing. Punish myself for spending. That's not sustainable. In 2026, the people who succeed with debt payoff don't chase intensity. They chase repeatability. A plan you can follow at 70% effort beats a perfect plan you abandon. 14. The month. Everything shifted. About 5 months in, something surprising happened. The remaining balance felt small. Not because it was insignificant, but because I had proof. Proof that the system worked. Proof that progress was real. At that point, paying off debt stopped being the goal. Staying debt-free became the new one. 15. The final payment. The final payment wasn't dramatic. No celebration, no emotional release, just a quiet confirmation screen. And then, nothing. No monthly obligation, no background anxiety, just space. That silence was the reward, the real outcome. Paying off X dollars in 6 months didn't just change my finances, it changed my relationship with money. I stopped reacting. I started planning. And that shift lasted longer than the debt itself. Debt payoff isn't about being disciplined for a short time. It's about building trust with yourself. Once that trust exists, money stops feeling like something that happens to you and starts feeling like something you direct. That's the real win. If this breakdown helped you see debt payoff differently, take a second to like the video. It helps more people find realistic, calm financial stories like this. Subscribe if you want more step-by-step money systems that work in real life, not just on paper. And leave a comment below. What's the one debt goal you're working toward right now? I'll see you in the next one.